Your confidence will make insecure people uncomfortable. When you start becoming more confident and you start stepping into your true authentic self, that will always make insecure people feel uncomfortable. And it's not because you're doing anything wrong, it's because it reminds them of the parts of themselves that they have not faced yet. When you start trusting yourself, it exposes how much they still doubt themselves. When you speak with certainty and you stand up for yourself, it shows them how often they stayed quiet just to fit in. Some people only feel safe when everybody else around them is small. So when you finally show up as your full authentic self and you're calm and grounded and you're super sure of yourself, then they'll always take that as you being cocky or say that you've changed. But you didn't change, you just stopped apologizing for existing confidently. And honestly, I love seeing people in that energy. When someone's being their real confident self and they're not performing or pretending and they're not doing it for likes or attention, and they're actually genuinely just being themselves, I find that so inspiring. Like, I need more of that. Because confidence is not arrogance, it's peace and it's freedom. It's the quiet kind of self-assurance that doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. And also, it's contagious. Like, when you're around someone who is truly at ease with themselves, then it gives everyone else permission to be too. So don't shrink and don't water yourself down just to make others comfortable in their insecurities. Keep showing up and keep being that example, because the right people will never feel intimidated by your confidence. They'll feel empowered by it.
5 things that confident women do that make insecure people uncomfortable as fuck. They don't speak negatively about themselves just to make other people feel better. They set boundaries because they have high standards for themselves. They make the people around them self-reflect just by being themselves. They walk into rooms, chin level to the ground, shoulders back, because they just know they're a bad bitch. And they know their worth. And if any of those offended you, good. That's between you and your insecurities.
You ever notice how confidence makes some people weirdly uncomfortable?
I want to discuss this hard truth. Your confidence is going to irritate a lot of people. The more confident you become, the more people you're going to lose and the less support you're going to receive from other people. A person could see your worth, they'll see your potential, they'll see your strength, they'll see your beauty, inner and outer beauty, but they feel better when you don't see it. When you're insecure, people have more power and control over you. So the more confident you become, the more you're going to say no to things that you don't want to do. The more you're going to speak up for yourself. The more you're going to walk with your head up high. And people are not going to like it. And yes, it's frustrating and it's going to get lonely at times. So I want to be completely open with you. It's going to get lonely at times. But that doesn't mean that you should not be confident because you're going to lose people. Continue to work on your confidence and try to gravitate to people that are also confident, and also be okay with vibing alone. It's going to get lonely at times, so you got to be okay with that.
When you are someone who is courageous and self-assured and you speak your mind, do not expect grace from people. People will mistake your authenticity for arrogance. They will confuse your boundaries with aggression. They will label your conviction as superiority. The cost of being someone who doesn't, excuse my French, take bullshit is that people will always villainize you for standing your ground. This type of manipulation has been going on for years. It didn't start with you and it won't end with you. Okay? The only narrative you should concern yourself with is the one you tell yourself, because people will always project what they don't have the courage to confront. And your job is not to make them comfortable with your confidence, but to walk in it.
Like, you walk into a room minding your business, breathing oxygen like a normal human being, and suddenly someone's acting like you personally offended their entire bloodline.
They're not intimidated by you, they're intimidated by your confidence. They're literally intimidated by your confidence because these people live their life feeling small. And so when they see somebody like you who refuses to shrink themselves, they feel triggered. They get triggered because they're not used to seeing somebody walk into a room knowing that they don't have to beg for external validation because we love ourselves that much. They're not used to seeing somebody who knows their worth and that will set those boundaries and speak their truth unapologetically. Because when you really think about it, they were fine when you were shrinking your light. They were fine when you were insecure. They were fine when they were able to manipulate you and walk all over you. But the moment you started speaking up, now they feel threatened. Now you're changing. Now what you're doing is wrong. Because the moment you started owning your power was the moment that you became too much for these people. So you know what? You keep being too much. You keep being powerful. You keep being confident. You keep being secure. Because you're not responsible for them feeling uncomfortable. You're responsible for your healing, your growth, your peace, and you feeling comfortable in your body and your life. And they don't hate you, they just hate that they can't control you anymore. Because girl, confidence is power and you earned it.
The more you like yourself, the less they like you. The more you show that you like yourself, the less they like you. The more confidence that you exude, the less they like you, because they feel like, oh, it's getting to her head. Oh, such and such getting to her head. Oh, she thinks she all that in a bag of chips. Yeah, I do. It's almost like, how dare you know who you are? Like, I know who you are. I can see it. But I don't want you to know who you are, because that's powerful. So I don't like you because of who you are. I really don't like you because you know who you are. If you're a confident person, you cannot afford to be around people who are not confident. And the reason for that is you're just completely different people. The way that a confident person versus a non-confident person sees the world is completely different. A confident person is very comfortable in their world. They're very comfortable in their own skin. The ground that they walk on is very solid, and you see it in the way that they speak, you see it in the way that they walk and stand and carry themselves. A person who is not confident is not comfortable in their world. They're not comfortable in their skin. The ground that they walk on is shaky. They're always off balance. And what I notice with confident people is they like to make other people feel good. They like to speak life into people, and they like to see you feel good about yourself, because there's really no reason why you shouldn't feel good about yourself. Really, like, it really does not make sense. Confident people are trying to do the Lord's work and they're trying to be helpful, but what I'm saying in this video is you're not actually helping them. No, you're not. Yes, you may speak life into them in that moment, and they may feel good about themselves that day, maybe even the next day, maybe even just for that week. That will prop them up. But it doesn't last, because it didn't come from within. A confident person will speak life and breathe power into an insecure person, and
the funny part is, you didn't even do anything. You just existed confidently. See, a lot of people think confidence is loud. They think it's bragging, flexing, announcing yourself like a movie villain. But real confidence? Real confidence is quiet.
It'll seem like that insecure person is cured, but it's always temporary, because it did not come from them. It came from outside of them. The source of their power came from you. It did not come from themselves. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna last. And this person, whether they're aware of it or not, is gonna become very dependent on you. But eventually, because this person is not, remember, this person is not standing on solid ground. Anytime their world gets shaky again, they have to think about you again. And if they become too dependent on that, they're gonna resent you, because the source of their power is coming from you. This is why confident people get burned by their insecure friends, because it will come to a point where your words will no longer be enough. Your presence in their life will no longer be enough. Being tethered to you will no longer be enough to keep them standing, because they had no ground to stand on to begin with. You were the one helping them stand. It will reach a point where they will be so off balance that the only way they can stand is if they step on you. This is why all of a sudden your friend will start treating you crazy, because having beef with you and stepping on you is the only way they feel good at this point. Your words are no longer enough to make them feel good. Now they gotta have beef with you. The point of this video is, you've worked hard to heal yourself. You've worked hard on becoming who you are now. You cannot afford to just let anybody near you. Yes, you can be polite to them. I'm not saying to be rude, but they don't need to have access to you. Be kind from a distance. You know what I mean? You gotta stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. Just because you may have chemistry with this person, whether it's platonic or romantic, you vibe and you have fun, you need to check their mindset. Look at how they view their world, because it matters who you let into your life. Just saying.
One thing that some people hate more than a confident person is a confident person that they feel should not be walking around with the level of confidence that they have. And by some people, I mean those people that secretly hate themselves and they want you to hate yourself too. I don't even know why he or she acting like this and that, because once upon a time they was living here, they was doing this. So because of that reason, they should just walk around with their head down hating themselves. Oh, they just think they all that, but I remember when they used to dress like this, they used to look like this. Okay, congratulations to you, weirdo, for keeping track of somebody. Some people have this weird way of thinking that until they deem you worthy of having a certain level of confidence or feeling a certain type of way about yourself, you're not supposed to feel that way. Who the fuck are you? I don't know about y'all, but when I hear somebody start talking that way, I get the fuck away from them because it tells me exactly who they are and how they really feel about themselves. It is like they really be getting mad at people for being confident and acting a certain way. They be mad because they feel like you should not act that way or you should not feel that way about yourself. I don't know about y'all, but I don't be having time to try to see who is doing what, who is acting what way, who is living what way once upon a time, because I'm too busy focused trying to get my own shit together. That time that I'm using to try to judge someone else and tell them how they should be acting, I could be using that same amount of time to get myself together, to figure out what it is I need to be working on, to figure out how I can elevate and be a better person. I just feel like people that be having that much time on their hands to figure out what somebody else got going on, to try to tell them how they should and shouldn't be acting, they're miserable. They want everyone around them to be miserable too. They're secretly unhappy with their own lives and their past decisions, so they feel like you should hate yourself too because they really secretly hate themselves.
Confidence will make somebody so damn uncomfortable, and it's actually kind of fucking funny to me, because why? Why does how I feel about myself affect you? Then they start projecting how they feel upon you, like, damn, that nigga think he all that in the bag of chips. No, you think I'm all that in the bag of chips, nigga. You think that I'm the shit. I know I'm the shit, but you think I'm the shit, and that's why you feel that way. And it's just all about how I carry myself that bothers you. Because you out here passively thinking about shit that I'm not even thinking about. I'm not walking around thinking I'm better than everybody else. Like, I'm not. You feel me? You think that I'm doing that. Because I can't watch myself, gang. I'm not looking at myself walking around and shit. You seeing all of that shit. You seeing everything that I don't see. So this is why you're projecting your emotion upon me, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I know it ain't just me going through this shit. I think all of us had a little taste of what the fuck people be doing on the back end, trying to get your attention and shit. Should be weird.
It's the person who doesn't fake laugh at jokes that aren't funny. Not in a rude way, just in a my face refuses to participate in this lie kind of way. It's the person who says no without writing a 5-page apology email afterwards. It's the person who walks into a room and doesn't immediately start shrinking themselves to make everyone else feel taller.
This is why people can't stand me. 1, I'm confident. I swear people cannot stand when you're confident, when you're pretty and you know you are. People are really out here being mad and upset that I don't think I'm a loser. I match people's energy. People really hate when they try to be nasty towards you and you hand it back to them and give that energy right back. People really can't stand when you don't let them get away with their shitty behavior. And I don't overshare about my personal life, and I never over-explain myself. People will really get mad and offended when they feel entitled to your life and you don't agree with that. Like, I don't owe you an explanation for anything. I don't need to explain to you why I did what I did, or if I decide to keep something private that I don't feel like I need to share with everyone. It just makes people so mad. I never fake laugh. Like, I'm not gonna laugh at something if I don't think it's funny. I'm not out here performing, okay? I'll say no without a reason. People can't stand when you're not a yes man and will just agree to do whatever they want. It makes them really upset and angry. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. I don't argue with people. I withdraw. When someone's looking for a fight or to argue, they get so mad when you don't feed in and go there with them. I find it makes people so mad when you just rise above, say, I'm better than this, I'm not doing this here, I'm not arguing with you, bye-bye. And people really can't stand it. People have been so cruel towards me just because of the fact that I'm extremely ambitious. It's like it brings out an insecurity in them because they don't chase their goals and dreams, so they don't want me to. So they just can't stand to see me win. I don't just immediately forgive people that knew exactly what they were doing. Everyone should have the ability to forgive within their heart, except I forgive after a long time. And when I do forgive, I never forget. You get one chance and that's it. I'm never giving people second chances anymore. I've just been burned so many times because, like, if they've shown you a pattern and they've screwed you over the first time, they're not gonna magically not screw you over the second time. You've already forgiven them. You've shown them, like, hey, you can come back into my life if you want. They have no incentive to be better because you didn't cut them off. Another reason people can't stand me is I ghost people who think my time is negotiable. If you're simply wasting my time, I'm not going to talk to you ever again. Another reason, I've been told I'm intimidating and sometimes I'll lean into it and people can't stand that. And last but not least, I don't soften the truth to protect egos. I didn't sign up to babysit. I will give you the truth flat, and a lot of people don't like honest people. They like to hear lies all day and whatever makes them feel better about themselves and whatever helps them sleep at night. A lot of people can't stand when you're honest with them. So let me know if you want a part 2. There's even more I could say on this topic. Let me know if you also do any of these things. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
And for people who aren't used to that energy, it can feel uncomfortable because confidence does something most people don't realize. It holds up a mirror. When someone is secure in themselves, it forces everyone around them to confront how they feel about themselves, and not everyone is ready for that. Some people are used to environments where everyone is pretending.
Just another little 2 pence to put in here on confidence, jealousy, toxic friends, is confidence is silent. Insecurity is loud AF. Remember that.
People don't fear your energy, they fear what it reveals about them. You ever notice how someone's whole vibe shifts once you start standing in your truth? They say you've changed, but really, they just can't hide around you anymore. When you start healing and becoming more authentic, your energy becomes reflective. And you don't have to say a word. People just start seeing themselves differently around you. For some, it's very uncomfortable. For example, someone who's pretending to be confident, when they get around someone who has real confidence, they are going to feel very exposed. Or someone who manipulates other people, when they're around someone who is honest, they are going to feel powerless. Your vibration calls their shadow out without you even trying. And that is why they react. Their reaction has nothing to do with your worth. It's about their readiness. You're holding up a mirror, and not everyone wants to look. The ones who do, they'll grow just by being near you. The ones who don't, they will distance themselves. Either way, you did what your energy was supposed to do, which was reveal truth. So don't shrink yourself, don't question your energy, because you were never meant to make people comfortable. You were meant to wake them up.
Pretending to be okay, pretending to be confident, pretending to laugh at the boss's terrible joke. So when someone shows up being authentic, not performing, not begging for approval, it disrupts the system. And disruption makes people nervous. You'll hear things like, they think they're better than everyone. Which is funny because confident people usually aren't thinking about anyone else at all. They're just living their life. But insecurity has a funny habit. It fills in the blanks with its own story. If you stand tall, someone insecure might assume you're looking down on them, even if you're just trying to remember where you parked your car. Another thing about confidence that bothers people is boundaries. When you're confident, you stop over-explaining yourself. You stop arguing with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop performing emotional gymnastics just to keep the peace. And suddenly, the people who benefited from your old behavior start saying things like, "You've changed." And they're right. You did change. You stopped shrinking. You stopped over-accommodating. You stopped pretending. And that can feel threatening to people who were comfortable with the smaller version of you. But here's the truth. You're not responsible for managing everyone else's comfort. You're responsible for being honest with yourself. Confidence isn't about dominating a room. It's about not abandoning yourself inside it. And the reality is, your confidence will attract the right people and repel the wrong ones. The people who are secure will see your confidence and feel inspired. The people who are insecure will see your confidence and feel exposed. Same energy, different reaction. So if your authenticity makes some people uncomfortable, that's okay. You're not here to be everyone's comfort blanket. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply refuse to shrink. And if that makes a few people uneasy, well, they'll survive. Confidence tends to do that.